Hello and welcome everybody to our podcast. This is Welcome to Livingston, where we invite local businesses to come on, talk about everything that they are up to. And we are just really excited today. My name is Don Putkela.
And I'm Angela Putkela, and we're with the Putkela Group Real Estate Professionals.
Yes, and today we have a very special episode. Today we have Amy and Spencer Goller with Brighton Coffeehouse. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. So fun.
Great. We love your shop. I feel like it is kind of the it place where everybody
Yay.
meets up, all the networking, everything happens. You're always running, or at least I am. I'm always running into somebody that I know over there. And but certainly some of our listeners are kind of new to the area too. So why don't we kind of get into maybe where it's located and what types of food and drink you guys have?
We are at 306 West Main Street. We are in the old Little Professor's bookstore. I used to bring my kids there when they were little. First we go to the Yum Yum Tree, the Imagination Station, then the bookstore to cool off. And it's just lovely to be in that space again. So we're right next to the mill pond. We have a patio out front and out back. We serve so many coffee drinks, teas, sandwiches, salads, soup, mac and cheese, and we have 5 incredibly talented bakers. We bake everything in-house every single day in our little easy bake oven, we call it. It's just so small. We do a lot of gluten-free and vegan options, and that's what we do.
That is so awesome. And, you know, the biggest thing is whenever I'm in there, it's always packed. Like, you know, you come in, but it's not packed where you can't find a seat.
Oh, good.
You know,
Good.
So we really enjoyed. I know everyone down there really enjoys it and such. So how long have you been in there now?
We just turned 5 years old at the end of December of this last year. So we're still babies, but we're growing up. Starting to take some bigger steps this year. We're making some changes that should at least help move the traffic, like you said, when it's really busy in there. So that should be helpful.
Yeah, we're about to embark on something we have been talking about for 3 years. For 3 years, we've been saying, we've got to move this line faster. People are waiting too long. Makes me really nervous. And it's hard on the baristas, too, because they can only go so fast, right? So finally, we are extending the bar, putting another machine on the bar, getting the bakers a bigger oven. So we're going to say goodbye to the Easy Bake. And their whole area is going to be next to the window. So as people walk by, they can see the bakers working. Sandwich is going to have more room because the bakers and the sandwich tend to run into each other at a certain time of day, and that's a problem. Anyway, we're super excited about that. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to solve what has been kind of the best problem you can have. It's been hard to move summer traffic fast enough. We have people that will be waiting 10, 15 minutes for a drink sometimes longer for a sandwich. And I know personally, if I have to wait more than 5-6 minutes, I start to get a little impatient. So we're hoping we can do something about that.
Yeah.
Well, that is so cool. You know, because I know you can, when you come by, you can see where the line is there and
Right.
such. But, you know, one of the things I really like about it is it's that true coffee house culture where you're sitting down and you're relaxing. So where in other shops or other things, it might be like, oh my gosh, this is taking too long.
Right.
Most of the time I go there to relax, to sit down.
Right. Like that's one of the things I think that gives us a little confidence about the wait times is that we notice people will be waiting on a Saturday for quite a while, but they're having so much fun talking to each other and running into people they know that by the time they get to the front, they haven't even thought about what they want. And we're always like, wait, what? but they're just having fun, you know, and that's, you know, my husband always said he wanted it to be a community hub. That's what he was hoping for. And I think we got it.
I think you've succeeded.
And we're so grateful for that.
Remarkable. And not even just running into old friends and people you know. Last time I was there, I was meeting up with a friend, and she wasn't there yet, but I was kind of roaming around first, trying to find a spot, and there wasn't anything. Not a surprise. But then I get in line, and the gal in front of me in line says, hey, I've been watching. There's a spot that opened up over there. I know that you were looking. I thought I'd tell you. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Okay, how great is that?
So she was so fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to have the spot for me and my friend. She let me back in line, and anyone behind her, no problem whatsoever. Everybody was just so friendly, so nice. So I bought her coffee for her because I'm like, no, I have to do this because that was so nice of you. And it was just such a remarkable experience. Like, it has this culture all its own. I think that community hub thing, that's exactly it.
We're so happy about it. You know, my husband and I ran a company that we started in 1987 called Espresso Royale. And we moved 10 times in 9 years. We opened at any given time, we would have anywhere between 24 and 40 stores, just depended on what we sold, what we bought, and what we were doing. Never have we ever had an experience like this one. It's just beautiful. The community connection and the crew is just tighter than tight. Like, we are truly a BCAT family. It's really special.
Yeah, and the community aspect of it seemed to almost just emerge. And I don't want to say entirely on its own. It's nice to think that we definitely had a hand in it, but we also do feel quite lucky to see what's become of the place. It doesn't always feel like we can take credit for all of it. Something magic's kind of happening there.
Agreed.
One thing we tend to notice when it's really busy is we also have swaths of people from different groups. We have older people, younger people, college kids, people on first dates, people on business meetings. It really captures a cool sample of the town. And it seems like everyone's been able to find a place there. Even if they don't like coffee, there's something for them there.
It's true.
We try to change their minds about that.
Yes, we do. We love it when the strollers come in. Like, Scout and I specifically are like, it's baby day. Like, everyone, like, it'll be like a Tuesday and all the strollers in town come in. It's like the baby SUVs,
Right.
And they park, and we just are always trying to get a look. We just want to see those babies. It's lovely. We love it.
The babies are well-mannered, I will add.
They are well-mannered babies.
Yeah.
Yes.
They know people are working on stuff. They're not too loud.
Right.
Yeah, and then we always worry. It's like, there's a baby on the stairs, We're like, oh, no. It's just so much fun.
It's such a neat space for those that haven't been down there yet. Like, It's not just your typical four walls. Like, it just has such character to it.
It does.
It makes a difference.
It does. We love it. We feel so blessed to get that spot. Like, I remember we were looking at another spot, and we didn't get it, and we were all kind of bummed. And then my husband was walking down Main Street, and he saw a for rent sign in the window, and apparently the previous owner or tenant had been there month to month for 10 years. Wow. And the landlord was so excited to get someone who would take the whole building, because no one ever had taken the upstairs and the downstairs as well. So we just got blessed huge to get in there. We'd always said, man, that is the best building in town.
No, and I love, like, in the main area. So you guys have, like, a coffee grinder right out there in the middle.
Roaster.
Roaster.
Yeah, that's something we didn't mention, but along with baking everything in-house, we do roast all of our own coffee, which we're very proud of. And I think the coffee product itself has come a long ways in the last few years. Right. We're really happy with it. And yeah, the roaster does take, maybe not center stage, but stage left.
Right.
And yeah, no, it definitely has a cool presence in the shop.
No, I love that it's there, and it's not too loud when it's going and such, but it's just it's this unique. Well, a couple weeks ago, I was sitting right next to it.
Yeah.
And I was there, and I was having a business meeting with someone, and we were still able to hold a conversation with it going right next to us. But I like that it adds to that unique look that you guys have.
It's so great. It's so great. And we had a little profile roaster before that sat on the bar, and
tabletop.
Yeah, tiny little thing. And would you say in about 6 hours you can get off the profile roaster what you can get in an hour off the big one?
No. The old roaster, we were operating at maybe getting 4 pounds of roasted coffee an hour, which we'll fly through less time than that, especially during the summer. New roaster, we can get, if we're roasting at max capacity, we can probably get 70 pounds an hour.
Wow.
So, man, it's amazing.
It would take a long time for the little guy to that roaster, the profile roaster we started on, really wasn't designed for the type of volume we would begin to have. It worked in the beginning, but yeah, we quickly realized this thing's not going to last. It gave its life for the cafe though. That thing it started having some problems, so it was a real soldier.
We still have it.
Yeah, we
upstairs.
Right, and I saw online that you can go in there and you can actually buy roasted coffee to take home.
Yeah, we have it online, and you can buy it in the store. It's super fresh because we go through it so fast.
Oh yeah, it's always fresh. We're really proud of the coffee that we roast. We also are trying to do a good job kind of catering to what everyone likes. We have some really exotic blends that are very light roasted. You can really taste the intrinsic coffee flavor from different coffees around the world. So we have that. The town favorite actually is the coffee we source from Mexico. We usually take it to a medium roast level. It kind of fills that chocolatey, kind of nutty slot. That seems to be the favorite profile of people here in Brighton. That's always a best seller.
Everybody
We have a
loves
dark roast blend, bulldog blend. So if anyone's had our cold brew, that's what you're trying. But yeah, we sell it in store. We also recently launched our online store, so you can also buy it online if you're just visiting. You actually live out of state or something like that.
Yeah.
So check it out.
And we're hoping to next year have some of the baked goods available to.
Oh, wow.
Because right now when people order, it is just the funniest thing. Like if they're trying to order for a birthday party or Mother's Day or whatever, some muffins, some cookies, they either come in and ask at the counter and we get a sticky note and we slap it on the oven, or they DM me on Instagram or message me on Facebook. I mean, it is the most hodgepodge way of getting to us.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we're hoping to kind of clean that up as well.
It's worked well enough, but yeah, maybe not
It has.
a long-term solution.
Exactly. Well, for now, all of our listeners, they know the right place to go, and that'll keep everything more efficient for you guys, too.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, and I was going to talk about, I know coffee and such. What are some of the other maybe unique drinks and such that you have?
Unique drinks. Well, one of our staple drinks that's grown in popularity over the years is the Strati. I think this is a popular drink, one, because it is a little bit sweet, but it's not overly sweet, so you can still taste the espresso. It is an espresso-based drink. You can imagine, in a cup like this, we have kind of just some sweetened milk at the bottom, a layer of our espresso, topped with a little cold foam. It's pretty simple. It's aesthetically pleasing, not too sweet. Has a strong coffee flavor. So if you're into coffee, but you also like a bit of a sweeter drink, Strati's a good option.
It is. It's beautiful too. Like it all the layers show. He came up with it.
Yeah, your favorite drink is a bit unique.
I love the bee sting. Bee sting is my girl. It's a turmeric powder with a latte with cinnamon and honey. I always get a double shot, 8 ounce. It's so good. Spicy, and right. I love that there's something good for you in it. It is spicy. Another drink that is really popular is the lavender matcha latte, the iced one. We call it the Lavender Fields. Oh, yeah. It's super, super good. I like to we also serve it with honey. And so we love to run the honey down the outside of the cup so you can see it. We have a lot of fun making the drinks pretty.
Right. Yeah, because they're beautiful. I mean, just visually stunning as well as delicious.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, there's so many drinks. Everything is custom, and a lot of times, I don't work a ton of counter anymore, but I'll come on and be like, what is that? I don't even know what it is. I don't know the recipe. We give the baristas a lot of freedom. We give the bakers a lot of freedom too. These are the things we have to have for the bakers, but then beyond that, do what you want. Surprise us. Make something interesting. And they just have so much fun with it. But it does get a little out of hand with the coffee drinks sometimes.
Yeah, it's really important that everyone, if someone's going to make a new drink, that they tell everyone about it. What the
That's right.
Is, or you'll be working and someone orders a tiramisu latte and you're lost.
Yeah, it's well, Emmy knows how to make it. And I'm like, she's not here right now. This is so funny.
Yeah, so we have to rein it in a little bit.
Right.
But it is some of the fun. If you're not a coffee drinker or matcha drinker, we're also going to be releasing a pretty nice and refreshing tea-based drink later this summer. It's going to be one of our specials that one of our we had a brilliant crew member that just left to do something else in Mackinac for a little while, but it might be her legacy drink that she left for us. But
the peach one?
Yeah, the peach one. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's going to be a nice peach blossom.
Yeah, it's a white tea peach blossom based ice drink. It's really refreshing. So, that'll be hitting the store pretty soon. So keep an eye out.
Awesome. It's neat with the seasonality.
Yeah.
You can kind of change up your menu.
And when the soda fountain is working, we have the bane of our existence, man. The soda fountain works when she wants, and we have Italian sodas and French sodas. The French sodas have some cream in them. It's like a phosphate. Super, super good Italian or clear flavored sodas. What's the other one that I'm thinking of? Okay. Flavored lemonade. I'm just saying.
I get this, and I have to tell you. So, admittedly, I'm not a coffee drinker.
Still love you, man.
But the cocos are great. Yeah. But So I get the lemonade, and then someone talked me into this lavender lemonade.
Lavender lemonade.
And, and it's
so
just
good.
so phenomenal. And
It's so good.
never had that before at all. And then we went to Las Vegas, and it was everywhere. It was like kind of the new hot flavor. And I'm like, boy, those guys were right on top of it.
It's so good. And I remember when we first started making it, like, I'm not a huge lavender fan. Like, I always feel like I'm drinking perfume, but it's so delicious. And I've become a huge fan. In fact, I did a podcast 4 years ago with London Beauty with Kathleen. And I brought her one, and I had one, and we were sitting out on the street drinking those, and I had just discovered it. I was like, this is so good. So anyway, they're good.
Ian, how often as adults do we encounter like an actual new flavor?
Exactly.
Like that's what was so exciting of something truly new that was wonderful.
We have a matcha lemonade that's really good too. We put a little, what is it, cherry and peach. Cherry and peach
I'm gonna have to try
lemonade and
that.
matcha is super good. And it's also just a beautiful drink. Like I always tell customers to stir it when they're going to drink it, but I don't like to serve it that way because you have the lemonade on the bottom, then you have the red and the peach color, and then the matcha sits on the top. And it is so pretty. I love it.
Yeah.
It's a good option if you need some caffeine, but you're not into coffee and you also don't want any milk.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Really nice option for
Exactly.
the
The
summer.
chai, on that note, the chai is amazing. We make our chai from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
We go through Instapots so fast. Our chai loves to break them.
Yeah, we have a creative way of making it. It is a secret.
Yeah. You didn't hear it from me.
You leaked a little bit of
I'm sorry.
of the process. But yeah, the chai is
fired.
really good. We've been making it in-house for a long time.
It's
That's very
good.
cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think people can replicate you guys. I think you really have pulled this together and just
Thank
kind
you.
of like the secret sauce.
Thank you.
Yeah, even in just the containers that the things are in, with the tea or I love with like a latte that I'm getting the big mug,
The big bowl.
the big bowl of
yeah,
a mug.
baby. Yeah. Yeah. They're great.
It's like I'm going to be sitting here a while. This is good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lovely experience.
Our remodel will help with that too. One of the issues we've been running into is, we run out of those for here cups, like the latte bowls,
Right.
extremely quickly. So unless you're there in the first hour or so, you're just not going to get one. But luckily, with the expansion, we'll have a lot more
Room to store
a lot more
cups.
glassware.
Yeah,
a lot
like we
more
just don't have any
cups,
place
so.
to put them. And then
Right.
also, if
That'd be
we're
nice.
busy, everyone comes to the front and there's no one to keep up with the dishes. And then if we have enough people to keep up with the dishes, all the cups are out. Like there's nothing we can do. We're like, well, everyone's using them. so we'll be able to
Yes.
up our cup game.
Yep. Of course, that's a good problem to have, though.
Best problem to have. We're so grateful
Been very
for that
lucky in that
issue.
sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's nice that you guys have the separate spaces, that you have that upper space in the back that
mezzanine,
that
yeah.
people can meet at. I know that there's groups that meet back there and
Right.
such. So I wanted to speak a little bit about, other things you guys are doing or groups and such that you make your space available basically to people, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's really fun. We have, I like to say every Bible study, men's group and women's group has a day at the Cat. Like it's just the way it is. It's so fun. We can tell when they're coming in with their books and they're sitting down, and we love it. It's so fun. So
It's really
It's
good.
usually planned on their end. We don't really reserve it.
no,
So.
they just come in. Occasionally, people will reserve the room. Obviously, we charge for that. And that's kind of tough for us with respect to renting the place out, because with a cafe, you don't want to have inconsistent hours, because then people are like, well, I don't even know if they're open. So if we start closing early to rent the place out, that's an issue. So
Right.
so it's always kind of tough for us on that.
We do get a lot of requests. To
We
do.
do.
That,
So
though,
we keep thinking we should do it, but then we don't want our customers to be like, wait,
Right.
what about our needs? And I'm like, I
Right.
know, right?
We're working on a solution for that. So, if you are someone that has asked about renting the place out, we're trying to think of a way to make that happen while also making our hours still, reliable for people that come in day to day.
Right.
Because it is a beautiful space, and if we do our job right with the remodel, it's going to be even more beautiful. So it should be a lovely place to rent out for certain
Yeah.
events, whether big or small. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
a tricky balance.
It is. Like consistently, we can mostly offer Sunday evening. because we close at 4. So if you wanted to start something at 5:30 or 6, we can do that. We've talked a little bit about closing earlier on Sundays, but Sunday is so busy, and compressing that business into a smaller time frame, I think would be a lot for the crew. But with the second machine on the bar, it might be easy. So I don't know. We're still thinking about it, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of options. And I love that you guys just are continuing to grow. You know, some businesses, some say, oh, hey, we're already successful. Why would we do anything to change anything? Like, you know, like it's so important to just keep kind of pushing and thinking. And I love, Spencer, that you're involved here, that, you know, there's a lot of people that have family businesses and the kids aren't as enthusiastic about it or whatnot, that it's so exciting for you to be able to work with your mom, and you guys do so much for the community, and to have this business connected to everything. That's really nice.
We are great partners. I am so fortunate. Like, he's just always got some new ideas, and then I have the past experience of running a bigger, you know, coffee business, and he is just forward thinking, and I'm like, well, we used to, you know, like there used to be 6 drinks on the menu, you know what I mean? Like, so it's really a fun blend. And then of course, Spencer just got married this fall.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
It's
And
my beautiful wife, Annie. You might see at the coffee shop sometimes.
yeah, she is lovely. Lovely. I think Marcus and I fell in love with her first. We just adore her. When they got engaged, I always say, I don't know who was happier, me or them. She's lovely, but she has a lot of great ideas too. We do a lot of theater stuff together when we're doing the theater, kind of taking a pause on that. But between the three of us and our just incredible crew, we are just going to have more fun moving into the future and growing and changing things, trying to be as interesting as we can.
Right.
And
So has this turned out more wildly better than you would have ever thought, as he was, you know, young, and, you know, he was a kid and you didn't even realize that this would develop into something so awesome, huh?
yeah, we never could
I
have
think every
foreseen this.
aspect of it has been a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a positive thing.
Yeah.
Well, and I know downtown, the businesses are so supportive of each other.
It's true.
You guys just got through the
Cities.
the road, the cityscape and everything.
Yep.
I mean, that was a long time coming.
Yep.
So, you know, you made it out the other side.
We did.
And now all the festivals are coming back this year, which will be great for everybody.
Yeah, I remember hearing that they were going to move them all down to the high school because the parking was better, and I was very happy to hear that after all the work had been completed on the street, we're going to use it. You know,
Right.
because it's the street looks great.
It does.
You know, it looks great. So yeah, I'm excited
And
about that.
To your point, you know, I think there's been a lot of trauma bonding between all the businesses downtown in the last few years, because, you know, the street closure is the most recent, but, you know, we just came off the back of the COVID closures.
Yeah.
Right.
So all the businesses downtown, you know, in just the last 5 years have really gone through a lot and had to really persevere.
That's true, because you guys just celebrated 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were only a year going when all of a sudden they said, well, no one can come in to get coffee.
Exactly. Like it was,
Yep.
and I have to say on that note, it was so interesting. We got the notification, and my husband put out a thing on Facebook, like, come buy the beans, because we have to shut down. So grab them while you can. And our customers, this was so lovely. It's just like right out of It's a Wonderful Life. The customers just started DMing us on Instagram and Facebook, Messenger, all of that, just like circling in red, necessary business. You guys are a necessary business. And it was just like, you can stay open. I mean, it was amazing. And so we did. We stayed open. It was great. It was a good year for us in that respect.
Right.
You know, it was like we were able to survive it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to that point, you know, when talking about kind of the magic that has emerged at the cafe, you know, it really has seemed to, you know, it's not directly, we're not directly responsible for it. You know, it really has been a collaboration between us, the wonderful people we hire, so the crew, but also the customers that come in every day. Like,
so
it's been a
great.
very collaborative effort to make it what it is.
That's true.
And in going forward, you know, you mentioned, like, I have a lot of ideas, you have a lot of ideas, Annie has a lot of ideas, but we have to really keep in mind that we have something special in here, and we're kind of the stewards of it. Just need to make sure we don't hurt what's already happening. We just need to kind of gently grow it. Because it's really its own thing. It's kind of grown into it. It's something that we didn't design necessarily.
It's kind of a throwback to that gathering place.
Exactly. And that was the hope.
Right, because we're always running into somebody. And even if we're not walking in for coffee, if we're walking down the street, we'll see someone that we know in there.
Yeah.
So it's always a nice surprise.
It's so cool. And just on that note about customer collaboration, one of the stories that I love to tell, in the first year, I opened every morning with our first baker, Jen. We open every single day to day.
Is this Jen Lewis?
Jen Lewis, who is a grandma as of
Yes.
yesterday.
Oh my
Shout out to you, Jen.
goodness. Shout out. Congratulations
Yeah,
to her.
baby.
I've known her since I was 7 years old.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Okay, let's
Yes.
talk
she was
about
my,
how
my
lovely she
sister's
is.
best friend in the world. Yep.
She is a lovely person. Anyway, so she used to make the gluten-free raspberry muffins, and then for me, just the regular chocolate chip muffins, which were my favorite because they're really salty and sweet, and I just couldn't walk past them for about a year. Anyway, one of our customers said, you should put those two together. It was a Reese's peanut butter cup moment. And so we did, and it's our top seller. And that was a customer suggestion. That didn't come from us. It was fabulous.
That's so awesome, especially since they're so wonderful. It's like, imagine how they'd be together.
They're so good. So good.
Yes.
Always gone by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that one is my weakness.
Yeah.
Well, that is so cool.
Too funny. In such a small world, like we're saying, running to people.
I know.
It's just really remarkable. But yeah, so being in downtown Brighton, that's really made a big difference. If there's one thing that we want to make sure that people take away from this interview, what would that be? Well, it's cool in terms of that you guys are renovating and that lines will be faster.
Just if you haven't stopped by, stop by. Bring a friend. Like, it's just the most fun place to be. I wish I could remember one of the customers. She just said everything starts at the BCAT. She's like, let's just meet me at the BCAT. Like, it's a great place to start. It's a great place to finish and debrief your day. Yeah. It's a great place to get together with your friends.
It really
Even
is.
your little bulletin board in the back there where everybody's
cute.
pinning things.
I
and
know.
It's just always something going on.
Yeah.
And
Right.
So
And I would say, even if you're not a coffee person, non-coffee people sometimes get intimidated by coffee shops.
It's true.
Just the whole aspect of going up and what are you going to order and all of that and everything. But you guys are so nice. And I think that's a big aspect of it. The staff is
They're lovely.
friendly, nice. It's a welcoming place.
Yeah. Well, we're really careful about hiring.
Yep.
When I love it when an applicant says, "What are you looking for?" And I always say, friendliness. We can teach you how to make coffee, but we cannot teach you how to be nice. So it's like I want people to feel like when they come through the door, they already have friends here. Yeah. Just by the way they're greeted. So hopefully, our staff is so great. I love them. I love them like they're my own kids.
And to also chime in on the question you asked and largely echoing kind of what you said, do come in. Obviously it's good for business. Gotta say that. We want you to come in, but I do think if you're in the area, it would be a good idea just to drop by. We've seen a lot of special stuff happen there.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of great friendships forged there. I met my wife there. We've had people get married.
We've
there.
had people get married.
Wow.
Met their spouses.
gosh.
There have been people that we've hired that had maybe they had plans to do something, but then they're almost like in a Hallmark movie way because of people they met. Their life ended up going on a different course and being something that they never expected, something they're really happy about. There is something special happening there that we're trying to be very careful to nurture.
Yeah.
And not change too much. But do stop by. I think you will be very pleasantly surprised, but not always in the way that you might expect.
Yeah, you never know who you'll meet there. And we've had people. Already, this used to happen with Espresso Royale a lot. We would get letters later. I met my wife we just got married. I met, at the Madison store, the Ann Arbor store, whatever. It was always lovely, right? But 5 years old, only 5 years old, and we're hearing this already. We had somebody DM'd me on Instagram because there's no other way to get me. But
we do not have a phone number.
Yeah, we do not have a phone number. So, but they were like, I met my wife to be at the BCAT, and I'm going to propose to her. Will you hold the couch spot for me? And this day and this time, and we were like, do you want a special drink? Like, we couldn't wait. Yeah. We were so excited. And this sort of thing happens so frequently, and there's nothing better than that.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you're impacting people's lives.
And we get to share in it and be a part of it. It's just, I don't know, it's a sacred task. It's really
Right.
great. So,
Really rewarding.
yeah, really,
Absolutely.
it's the best. Best job.
Wonderful.
Yeah, makes a difference.
So I guess to wrap up a little bit, so I mean, everyone knows where your location is, but how do people find out more about you, your website, that sort of things?
Yeah, the website.
Website definitely has information.
The
You do great,
Instagram,
yep.
yeah, the Instagram and the Facebook are, I post almost every day. We have a lot to say. It's always like, come try this. Hurry, because they're almost gone. It's that kind of thing. Like, sometimes I feel bad. Julie or Jen, any of the bakers, like Julie's awesome too. Our cookies, I have to credit her with.
On the biscotti.
Oh, the biscotti. She's so talented. And both of her daughters work for us. Like, it's truly a family affair. They're also, one of them roasts for us. Mm-hmm. And one of them is an accomplished photographer, and we hire her a lot. So, like, when the really good pictures are Emily's. But anyway, sometimes they will put something out that's so amazing, just the most delicious looking thing. And I'll think to myself, do I even post this? Because it'll be gone. Like, it's just, so you kind of feel bad about
Right.
people coming in there and they're gone. So we're working on
Don't
that.
miss out.
Yeah.
Get here
Don't
more
miss out.
often.
Yes.
But as far as learning more about us, definitely
Yeah.
the socials. But at risk of sounding redundant, really you just
come
gotta
in.
come in.
Yeah,
Right,
come
yeah.
in.
Stop by once if you have some time.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
you'll quickly learn what it's about.
Yeah, it's
Right.
really fun. So fun. And we do, we are suspending the theater for a while just because of renovations. But we have a healthy theater bug in the store. We have suspended the open mics as well, just because we're going to be doing the work at night mostly. But we will return to that. Right now we have music a couple Saturdays a month in the morning. So when you're standing in line, you get to listen to some great acoustic music. We do that. We sometimes have the high schools from Heartland, Howell, or Brighton will bring their choirs in and perform or do a little theatrical promo for their show. So we still really love to engage in the community events as much as we can. We are doing a cheer spot for Running Lab.
That's right.
Oh, there we
Shameless
go.
plug.
Yes, yes. And they've been on our podcast too, by the way.
They're so lovely,
awesome.
lovely people.
Yeah.
And I buy all my shoes there. But anyway, they're doing a mile run. We're going to do the cheer squad out in front. And we have, I believe, 5 people running. And with the caveat that they have to hold a drink and not spill it. I think that's going to be so much fun.
That's fun.
So we get excited about stuff like that. This is going to be fun.
Nice. Fun
Very
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
Really is. Makes a big difference.
Yes.
Great. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us today. We've learned so much and
Thank
all
you
the
for
different
having
menu
us.
Thank you.
offerings. I'm just starving and want to head right over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come in for lunch. Our sandwiches are amazing. Like, they're so good.
We don't advertise the sandwiches a lot. We like to keep them a very pleasant surprise for
Yeah.
people that come in and try.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
very good.
Nice. And even that macaroni and cheese.
Oh, it's
and,
so
I mean,
good.
There's,
It's so good.
Yeah.
Finish it with a cookie, right?
Right. No, I would suggest anybody to come down there and sit down and have a nice lunch. Check the place out. You'll find that you're there longer than you think you planned on being there.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of a good coffee shop is they're like, wow, how was I here an hour and a half?
Yeah.
So that's a nice
exactly.
thing.
It's so fun.
And in terms of the days that you're open, are there any days that you are not open? Nope. Open every day.
Monday through Saturday, 6:30 to 6:30. Sundays, 6:30 to 4.
Pending a couple closures here and there
Yeah.
for
Like this
the
weekend's
remodel.
going to be different. We're a little shortened.
We're trying to limit closure as much as
Yeah.
possible these next 6 weeks, but there might be a day or two. Just check the website and socials for that.
Yeah, we
we'll let you
always
know.
put it out. If there's going to be a difference in the hours, it's on Facebook, Instagram, and on the website. That we're very good about that.
Excellent. And your socials and your email will be in our show notes to our listeners, so that way you guys can find that and tune in there.
Yes. So thank you both for coming in. Thank you everyone for listening today. We really appreciate it. So please check them out. Come to downtown Brighton, take a walk down the street and hop on in there and see the space.
Yay.
Right on.
All right.
And
Thank you.
definitely, keep our podcast in mind, like and subscribe. It's fun to have all of these, you guys are local celebrities, really. In terms of when you think about it, it's, everybody knows BCAT. Everybody is. So
I was so glad to hear
It was
that.
a pleasure having you guys on. But it was a lot of fun today.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you so
was
much,
great.
you guys.
No,
This was
thank
really
you.
pleasant.
Yes, and
And
welcome to Livingston.